Good morning, all of you. Today we'll discuss the topic under design analysis of algorithm, the greedy approach. The greedy approach we usually use to solve the optimization problem. So we will attempt to gauge the for a given problem definition, the optimization or optimized solution. And optimization problem is one which we have a given a set of inputs. This set of inputs are called A's or candidate set, which are the domains, input domains or candidate set C, and which we require to get either maximize the problem solution or minimize the problem solution with respect to given the condition on an input condition. Generally, optimization problem has n inputs called candidate set or input domain, or you can say simply set a C. So we require to get a solution set which is a subset of set C. So C is a subset of set C that satisfies the given constants or condition. Okay. So this this we can find out the solution which called a feasible solution. We need to find out a feasible solution that will maximize or minimize maximize or minimize a given objective function. So you will have a problem, and in that problem should have some objective. Upon the based on the objective, we have to find out the feasible solution. In a process of doing that is nothing else a greedy method or greedy approach. So how will this greedy approach will take place, that we are going to discuss. So whenever we have a entire set, this is called a candidate set, and from that candidate set we will try to get our input sets. So how we'll do the greedy algorithm will perform step by step. So at each step the decision will be made whether that the solution is feasible or input X, particular input X will be giving the towards the solution of optimal solution or not, and whether our choice of selecting input X being a guided by a selection function, and it will inclusion of X, it depends on the inclusion of X of a given optimal solution or not. So there is a few steps we define in a subsequent manner. First, we can be said that select a element X from a candidate set or input domain C. Then we will check whether the solution of set is feasible or not. If we check that X can be included in a solution X, then we will include into S set S union X. So definitely it is clear that initially S is an empty set, and continue until S is filled up as the optimal solution is found, or a C, the candidate set or input domain is exhausted, whichever is earlier. So whichever will took place in the earlier, then we will stop our iteration. So from a set of feasible set, we can say that this is a solution and which will be an optimal one. Now let us see some handwritten documents over this particular part of steps. Yes. So there is a candidate sets which I already said, set of candidates input sets. Then the solution S is a basically subset of C, which is build up a solution. A function of a solution is to test whether a given set of candidates are will be in a solution or not. So the function is called the select function. Upon the based on the select function, the best candidates from C to be in a solution set S. So this is on the based on greedy choice property. Greedy choice property is basically whether it's a maximize the solution or minimize the solution. That depends on the case to case. If a function will be called feasible to a test of set S is a feasible for a set of problems for a getting a solution to either maximize or minimize. Locally optimized, that is, it has to be best local choice among the all feasible choice are available. So this is the another most important one. The problem should be locally optimized, and it means that yeah, whatever the you have solution, a choice of solution among them, from the set of candidate of PhD, that it will be locally optimal to get the solution back. I hope you understand the basic definition of algorithm about you when you see this lecture carefully. Now there is a problem in case of we are discussing one well-known problem in a fractional next problem. In a fractional next problem, what is our target is to we will have a n number of objects. We will have a n number of objects, and each an objects having a certain amount of weight, and which will contribute some profit. Okay, so an accept can carry a maximum capacity called n is given. So if you have a maximum capacity, so what is our objective? Objective is to fill the knapsack. Objective is to fill the knapsack in such a way that profit shall be maximum. Okay. So how will can lead the profit shall be maximum. So weight into we will choose a certain amount of weight called among the all set of choice, all set of candidate is xi. Among the all set of candidates, if the corresponding profit, so xi is a weight and p is a profit. Profit is basically earned from unit amount of weight. So when we make a product of profit with a weight, they will get the actual total product, total profit, and we make a summation, summarize, maximize summation over all selected i's, and it will supposed to maximize the profit. That is the feasible solution. Subject to that, that weight into xi. Weight is a wi and xi is a weight of that particular item. Will be always be lesser than or equal to maximum capacity of an axle. So it will have a maximum capacity. It never exhausts the maximum capacity or never cross the maximum capacity, where I is the item starting from 1 to n, and now the weight can be fraction. Weight can be fractional. That means you can choose some fraction of weights starting from 0 to 1. So now the interesting thing is that different with the uh, 0 1 accept is that the xi where xi is actually belongs to, in case of 0 1 accept, is either 0 or 1. So you can pick up or you cannot. Either you can be 1 or you can be 0. But in this example, it is for the fractional. So you can take any form of fraction starting from 0 to 1. So any value from 0 to 1. Okay. So this is the difference. This is called 0 1 accept. So this is a 0 1 accept problem, KP. And this is a fractional accept, FKP. Well, so we suddenly get that some idea about the definition. Let us now see some handwritten document which actually I used to prepare for class notes. Here is those documents. You can see that example. There will be so many items. You can add so many items here. You may have a one item, two item, and so on. Right. Uh, so it corresponding items have a certain amount of weight. So W1, W2, W3. So and it have a certain values of profit. So this is a profit P. Okay. That basically value means basically profit. And we consider that the maximum weight that can be possible, that is W. Okay. So so what is our target? Our target is to that we will set up a solution. We will set up a solution such a way that fraction of weight that the profit divide per unit weight. So WI, and we will sort it out in such a fashion that it gives WI plus item I and item I plus 1 is a sorted way. Which one giving maximum profit? Will we will make the swap between item I and item I plus 1. So to make this table in a order of decreasing. So the highest highest value per unit weight will be first. So V plus VI plus WI will be placed first, and then next. So that will be our target to get uh, the first of all the solution towards the uh, feasible solution for that. So let's see how we'll proceed with the example. next in the corresponding pages. Let us assume uh, there are 4 items, and items with corresponding weights are given. So item 1 is the weight is 2, item 2 weight is 1, item 3 weight is a 3, item 4 weight is a 2. So VI, the corresponding profit is a 12, 10, 20, and 15. So uh, if you make a solution for that case, you will supposed to provide that the solution regarding VI by WI is about 12 by 2, that is a 6. Then 10 by 1, that is a 10. There's a 20 by 3, that is a 6.3, 6.3. 15 by 2, that is a 7.5, and so on. So that will that what you need to suppose we make it sorted. So then item 2 will be sorted, and it will come first. So that is the most feasible solution because for unit weight you getting the profit is maximum. So your choice will be that selecting the choice. So select function will be giving that the item 2 will come definitely first. Then item 2, then item 4 will come second, and then item third will be as it is a 6.6 as a solution. So you have a maximum weight as a W. So if you choose the item 2 and it is completely you choose item 2, so you earn the 10 is a profit. Then second, if you choose the complete of item 4, so you exhausted already what 1 plus 2, that is your W. W become maximum weight become now 5 minus 2, 5 minus 3. So as a result, it has become 2. Now you can have the 2 is a maximum solution is a 15, 5, 1, 5. Now uh, remaining weight you have two amount of remaining weights. So you can't take the entire amount of 2. So you should take the fraction. What the fraction you are going to take? The fraction you are going to take the 2. So that is the 6.2 into 2. 6.2 into 2. So 6.2 is a unit profit you will earn, and you will going to take the 2. So as a result, it becomes 13.2. So as a result, you have a solution 25 plus 13.2. As a result, you have 38.2. So this is your optimal solution. This is your optimal solution for given problem, and this is your optimal solution for given problem, and you will definitely find out that the next problem will be uh, maximize the solution for a given set of maximum capacity W, and this is how you can write a code for that problem that I'm now next going to discuss. So So you can see that remaining 10 plus 15, remaining you have 20 by 3 into 5 by 2. 20 by 3 into 5 by 2 is a 13.3. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm given 13.2, but its actual solution will be something different because you are taking 20 by 3, 20 by 3, and remaining weight is a 2. So it is about 13.33. 13.33 and 25. Oh, it is 13.2. I'm sorry, I've got it as a 13.2. But once you're taking the uh, twice of 2 by 3 of 20, it is 40 by 40 by 3. 40 by 3 is around 13.33. Mm, is it correct? 14, 40 by 3 is what is the 40 by 3 amount? 40 by 3 is a 13.33. So it's actually coming not to 13.2, it is coming 13.33. So 20 by 3 into 20 by 3 is a 6.666. So that is the matter, 6.666. So that actually 6.66. So it actually get different. So that's why his result also get different. Anyway, so that is a mistake in mathematics calculation. Uh, you can just clarify and correct it. So result will not be 13.2, it will be 13.33, 38.33, sorry. Uh, so now, what is the fractional algorithm will be initialized to that all the input set as a 0 and weight also 0, profit also 0. So that is a solution set actually. Now, if for any value of I to n, if I found that weight and Wi, the complete weight, is lesser than W, then I will include Wi to 1. I will include the entire Wi and I will make that weight equals to weight plus Wi. So I will increase the weight and profit will be increased by profit plus Vi, the total profit of that object. If you found that that weight is does not satisfy that part, so we may take the fraction of it. So fraction is the remaining amount of weight, so W and remaining weight. So if you already occupied WT amount of weight of that step, so remaining weight is W minus WT by that that item weight. Wi is that item weight. So that become the fraction, and you you need to get calculate the profit, and profit will be Pi plus P plus equals to Xi. Xi is what is calculated, and corresponding item profit. So if you make a product of it, and that is the last example. That is the last example. You have a 5 amount of maximum weight. You already occupied 3, and so your fraction is object is already 3. So your fraction is become 2 by 3, and 2 by 3 is become Wx, and now you multiply with the profit, that is the 20. 20 is the profit of taking the entire object. So you are giving to 2/3 of that object only. So you ultimately calculate that profit is a 13.33. So this is the part of that part you are actually calculating, and this part is coming into the picture as a summation, which are already you have is a 10 plus 15, 25. So 25 plus 13.33 is a 38.33. So if W equals to W, WT equals to W, you will break and return X. Okay. So that is a sort of algorithm that we have given in that lecture. The detailed algorithm will be followed in our class note. You will then check it. And this is the end of the next problem. And this is the end of today's lecture video. Will definitely give you the next lecture. Follow the next lecture as well.